Welcome back to my cozy corner of the internet. I'm Mayastar, and this is the Mayastar Podcast. I teach energy healing courses online through Mayastar Academy, share spiritual guidance and mystical musings on the Maya Muses blog, and provide healing, ritual, and spellcasting services as a starseeded shaman and professional witch. And today is episode 40 in the Mayastar Unscripted series, and we're going to be discussing Lemuria. This episode is in response to a question left under one of my videos regarding the Lemurians, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to cover all of the basics. I've also recently covered this on the Maya Muses blog, and the Maya Muses blog is where things tend to come out first, so the most recent updates will be on there, and these episodes, the unscripted episodes, are pre-recorded. So make sure that you check out the Mayastar Podcast at blog.mayastar.net if you want to see whatever I'm dealing with, thinking about and pondering lately. And at the end of this episode, I will be drawing again from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle for our Starseed Guidance segment, where I'll present some ideas for reflection and meditation, and you will be able to view the card for this week's oracle reading on the Mayastar Podcast YouTube channel by going to the channel page and then to the Community Posts tab. As usual, I come armed with notes but without a script, so we'll be meandering around these topics and pursuing the scenic route to enlightenment. If this sounds interesting to you, stick around and while away the next half an hour or so with me as we explore these things together. Find out about the different ways you can work with me and discover my energy healing and spiritual development courses by visiting my website at mayastar.net, where you can also join the Mayastar mailing list to stay up to date with the latest special offers and updates. I think the first thing I should say about Lemuria is that it is a myth. We don't know if Lemuria, as we describe it today, as we experience it today, existed exactly as the modern myth has unfolded. But we do know that there have been lands that were lost beneath the waves, and that different cultures and different civilizations around the world have stories about these lost continents and sinking islands and lands that were reclaimed by the sea. And they often document the idea that people survived these cataclysmic events and went on to settle in different locations. So the first thing I would say is you don't need to take the stories, the elaborations around the myth as if they're supposed to be testable scientifically, because as with all mythology, the stories are intended to express deep truths that resonate with the human psyche, and they fulfill a need for humans. So the idea that there is a place called Lemuria, or there are Lemurian light beings that exist, may be a modern interpretation of things like angels and fairies and guardian spirits of the earth that we have passed on over generations, and over those periods of time, those myths have evolved. So just as we would think about fairies today, there will have been times in history when those spirits were demonized by the Catholic Church, for example. And then there would be other times when people worked more closely with those spirits and accepted their presence and were happy to coexist with them. So I feel that the first thing when it comes to the mythology around Lemuria is to recognize that it's an interpretation of the sacred history. We're not talking about a scientific and geological reality. It's an interpretation of the events of our unfolding as a human race. And you can often see that in the stories of Lemuria, because the nature of the Lemurian light beings has a lot in common with beings that we would consider angels. For example, they might be described as glowing, surrounded by light, giving healing and guidance, especially to those that are pursuing a spiritual path and trying to get more connected to the earth energies or the element of water. In particular, with the Lemurians, there's an emphasis on the sacred energies of the earth and of the oceans. So I think it's not surprising that people are feeling a strong resonance with these myths at this time, when we need to take extra care of the planet and we need to be mindful of our contribution to the planet, to the ecosystems, and especially to the oceans, because pollution, all kinds of pollution, creates a lot of problems, not only for the animals but also for us. So when we talk about Lemuria, we tend to picture it as quite an idyllic place. It's usually described as a kind of utopia, which I think parallels the myths about the Garden of Eden, sort of like a location that might not be in an actual location, but rather expresses a certain state of consciousness and a certain level of awareness that we have evolved from. A state of perfection, perhaps, where we were once as a species, as a race on the planet, much more in tune with the natural cycles, much more in tune with the earth, with the changing seasons, with all of the expressions of life that we see in nature and with each other. So reflecting on the idea that there is some remnant of a perfect and ideal expression of spiritual life on earth can be very inspiring, especially for light workers, those who choose to work in accordance with the light, who seek to express their light through spiritual practices like energy healing and practices that allow them to connect more deeply with the Lemurian current. And perhaps they even start to have dreams about Lemuria, or experience that deeper connection with Lemuria during meditation, especially meditation out in nature or by the water. And at this time on our planet, we're going through the Age of Aquarius Ascension Gateway, which opened towards the end of 2024 and which started a period of 20 years during which we will undergo accelerated spiritual awakening on the planet. So this means a lot of people are feeling the call to connect spiritually with the light beings that support us. So Lemurian light beings come to the fore at this time. Another thing you might want to know about the Lemurians is that they're believed to have a very powerful connection with the star people, the light beings that come to us from different star systems such as the Pleiadians and Arcturians. And some people think that the Lemurians are in fact star people that inhabited the earth and that evolved alongside us for a while, and that they were able to support us in our development by giving us sacred information at different times in our journey to evolve so that they could shape our evolution and accelerate it in places where we were able to handle those new responsibilities. So you'll often hear people talk about Lemurian starseeds, and that's the reason why, although the Lemurians are often described as a tribe living on Earth of human beings, other people describe them as not being human at all and of having energy bodies and living between the Earth and their own star systems. So there are a lot of variations with these modern myths, and really I don't think the details matter all that much. I think it's more important to just connect with those energies and see what they mean to you. See what kind of guidance and messages you pick up if you connect with the Lemurians. And as I say, there's a lot of ways to do that, through meditation, through energy healing attunements, and through spending time in nature and mindfully connecting with the sacred energy of the earth. The Lemurians are considered guardians of the earth, and they are considered to hold together the sacred energies of the earth through the network of ley lines and sacred sites like Stonehenge and Ep40 and places where the ley lines that crisscross the planet converge to create powerful energetic portals. So you'll also hear these stories about the Lemurians living within Mount Shasta in California, where you get a lot of UFO activity as well, lending credence to the idea that perhaps they come and go from their home planet to the Earth, or perhaps have strong connections with the Pleiadians, who are also considered to live within Mount Shasta. Specifically, the Lemurians are considered to live within a crystal city within Mount Shasta called Telos. And I've not been myself, so I can't really comment on the experience, but a lot of people have deeply mystical experiences in that location, and perhaps it has a lot to do with the energy of the earth and the ley lines in that particular area, because it does seem that wherever you get these powerful ley lines and areas that they converge, you will get more UFO activity as well. So what can we expect if we connect with the Lemurian light beings? and ask them to be our higher dimensional guides, ask them for their support and healing. What might we expect? What is their message to modern humans? What are they there for? In my experience, the Lemurians are there to work with us, to support us in our spiritual awakening. They never force these changes on people. You do have to connect with them and request that they help you with these things. But a big part of their teaching is bringing in compassion and love as part of your spiritual practice, giving compassion to yourself and allowing yourself to release the things that don't serve you, to let go of fears and old limitations so that you can really embrace the flow and unfolding of life, sort of recognizing the changes and experiences and all the historical events that come and go and come and go as part of a divine expression. And you're a part of it, but at the same time, there are parts of you that are not changed by the changes in this world. So the Lemurians can help you to get in touch with that inner light, the part of you that remains constant. And they also encourage us to stay grounded so that we can bring high frequency energies in and express them in the ways that we live, in the relationships we have, in the interactions we have with other people. Expressing the Lemurian energy means appreciating the sacredness in all expressions of life, even in the people we don't like, even in the things around us that we find stressful or even upsetting. These things are all part of the divine expression, and we start out by looking for the light within ourselves so that we can appreciate it in other people, but in everything around us. So the message I would say of the Lemurian light beings is to recognize your light, learn to express it, and learn to perceive it in other people and in other situations. To trust in the universe and perhaps not hold on to so much worry, because I think a lot of the worries that people hold on to in the modern world are to do with the resistance to change. The world, things move on. We go through all kinds of revolutions and things overall tend to get better, but the changes are often very difficult. So by connecting with the Lemurians, perhaps you can learn to appreciate that even when you're in the midst of these difficult times and the challenges that you face in your normal life, there is a bigger picture. There is a grand purpose to these things. And you may never appreciate it while you're still on Earth, but you can trust in the universe in that regard. So by connecting with the Lemurians, they can support us in making those realizations and bringing our energy back into alignment with our higher spiritual ideals. And I think I'll finish this segment by talking about some of the courses that you might want to look at. if you feel drawn to connect with Lemurian energies, there are a number of courses on the Mayastar website at mayastar.net that connect with Lemurian and oceanic energies. So dolphin energies, for example, are particularly powerful ways to connect with the Lemurians. But there are a number of energy healing modalities that you might want to consider. There's a series of attunements, the Wheel of Light Starseed activations. These are single attunement courses, and each one includes a sacred activation symbol and a light language mantra that's in Lemurian light language, so that you can use these mantras to connect with those energies in future. And also, the Wheel of Light Starseed activation courses include the meditation tracks that you can listen to for connecting with those energies. So it's just a variety of ways with each of these that you can connect with those energies. And the ones that I would highlight, if you're new to Lemurian energy and you want to know where to start, the first one I would recommend is the Wheel of Light Starseed activation, Lemurian goddess Amara attunement. Amara is the great mother goddess in the Lemurian mythology, and she can help you with your healing path, developing compassion, empathy and intuition, and awakening to your connection with Lemuria. The Wheel of Light Starseed activation, higher heart chakra attunement, is another option I'd recommend. Again, very good for developing compassion, self-love, higher spiritual love, unconditional love. And this is very important for your self-healing and releasing fear. The more love that you bring into your aura, the less fear can linger, because they're very much opposite kinds of energies. If you are experiencing a lot of fear and anxiety, that can be a real block to feelings of love and compassion and kindness. So the higher heart chakra attunement would be a good one if you feel that resonates with you. And the next one I would recommend is the Wheel of Light Starseed activation, Divine DNA Blueprint attunement. This one connects you with your original energetic blueprint, your divine blueprint, the optimal energetic expression for your soul. So this is just a way of aligning with your highest potential to release the things that don't serve you and give yourself healing. It also will help you to progress your spiritual awakening path by bringing you back to your inner divinity, awakening that level of consciousness where you're able to appreciate your connection with the divine energies expressed around you that connect you with everything, your personal connection with the universe. And the final course I would recommend is the Lemurian Indigo Connections course. This one isn't one of the Wheel of Light Starseed activations. It's one of the older courses that I channeled through the Lemurian goddess Amara, and it includes 7 sacred symbols. And each of them has a name that you can use as a mantra. So again, connecting with Lemurian light language, which can be a powerful way to bring those energies into your energy field. bring them into your immediate environment by using the sacred mantras. And it includes 7 symbols for activating those Lemurian gifts for healing or any other kind of spiritual practice. And you can find all of the courses that I've talked about on the Mayastar website at mayastar.net. So if you feel moved to connect with Lemurian energies through my courses, I look forward to working with you on those. And to conclude today's discussion, I'll be drawing from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. As usual, you can view the card for today's Starseed guidance by visiting the Mayastar Podcast YouTube channel and going to the Community Posts tab, as I'll be scheduling a post with a picture of the card to go live at the time this episode is released. And the card today is called Cosmic Circles. This is an interesting card because it looks quite earthy compared to many of the others. So it shows a sort of mandala of light in the sky, in a night sky. Beneath that seems to be a UFO. That's a coincidence, isn't it? And beneath the UFO, what I would imagine is a crop circle. So it's showing sacred geometry. And I also see a group of people around a bonfire celebrating, perhaps invoking the star people there. And the location for this, I mean, like I say, it looks kind of earthy. It looks very green hills, gives me Avebury vibes for no particular reason, or perhaps Glastonbury. Glastonbury is a sacred site, you see, where 2 major ley lines converge. So a lot of things happen there. Now let's have a look and see what the guidebook says about this card. Cosmic Circles. It says, create sacred space. Embrace unlimited possibilities. Circle of Light family. Sacred geometry. Cosmic circles raise my vibration and provide an intimate connection with the earth. On entering a cosmic circle in my physical or light body, I receive instant healing. So this feels very much aligned with what we've been talking about today, about areas where the ley lines converge, mapping out patterns of energy and forming a kind of matrix of light energy that covers our entire planet and which we can tap into. And in those powerful portals of energy, we can experience a deeper connection with the earth and with the Lemurians. Beyond rigid linear thoughts, you are accessing multidimensional circles and realizing your healing abilities. Cosmic circles show you new ways of problem solving by receiving divine love and information. Cosmic circles might present as sacred geometry. They can present as stone circles, crop circles, or energetic circles, places with powerful energy vortices beyond the linear mind, who thinks that all circles need to be uniform. Your heart connects to a variety of beautiful cosmic circles. So it's like an invitation, this card, to connect with those sacred energies of the earth and tap into those portals of energy that surround us, areas where ley lines converge. sacred sites, those places that you can experience a deeper connection with the Lemurian light beings. Sacred circles have been left by the Lemurians and other ancient civilizations. Some are made of stones and others are made of energy. These circles are part of the new earth, and they are being activated when you connect to them consciously so that you can receive sacred light codes. So this might be something you want to reflect on when you're meditating with the intention of connecting with the Lemurians. Perhaps connect with those flows of energy that crisscross the planet and experience that energetic connection. Create a sacred circle for yourself, especially if you are in dense surroundings. You can use stones, crystals, or even pieces of paper. Your cosmic circle allows you to download sacred energies, to create a beneficial space. Use your intuition to create shapes that are in harmony with your energy. Simply draw without using your mind too much to see what shapes come to you. Then create a layout of the same design with stones or crystals. It can be a small circle on your desk or in the middle of a circle of friends, or it can be a circle that surrounds a living space. See your circle as your own Lemurian temple. So this is about creating a sacred area for yourself, for your spiritual practice, and that might be something you want to experiment with. And finally, we've got an affirmation for cosmic circles. The cosmic circle is around me and creates a beautiful vortex of light. I connect to Source. So if the message of this card resonates with you today, perhaps it's something you would like to meditate on over the coming days and see if it will enhance your connection with the Lemurians or with your own spiritual guides. And that brings us to the end of today's unscripted episode. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you're leaving this episode suffused with good vibes and great ideas. You can hear more from me today by exploring previous unscripted episodes. And remember that these episodes are pre-recorded, but you can find my latest mystical musings and updates on the Maya Muses blog at blog.mayastar.net. Hope to see you back here again soon, and in the meantime, I wish you peace, prosperity, and progress in all you do. With blessings.